College Station, Texas, Kyle Field over the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Houston Cougars offense takes the field for the first time today. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. On the ground, it's Dishman. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. Creates a little space. Turning it on!
Man, it's so nice to have a weapon like this at quarterback. It dictates coverage. You want to play man-to-man? Everybody turns their back. Watch him pick him up, put him down, shoot up yards, getting a big play down the field.
One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
On the move. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anyway.
Quarterback on the keeper. He's stopped right at the 29-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. And the field goal unit is on the field. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Good right down the boulevard. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Complete to the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Offense set on 1st down. They'll run it from the gun.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. A&M comes back out with another 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Norman. And they pick up just a few on that completion. That last completion sets them up on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. Trying to make magic with his feet. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Complete and looking for enough. for the first down. And that first defender was just waving at him after that sweet move. He picked up the first down. They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
He got it! Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, the offense just trying to go with a little touch pass this time. Down close to the goal line, giving it to the receiver and hoping his speed is going to be able to outflank the defense, but nowhere to run. Nice stop.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggie.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Working that left side now. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
There's a great saying in football. It's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes. Well, my Jimmy's better than your Joe.
We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Luck. Was too much. They get him at the 15. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because...
Breaks into the open. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
And that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
Yeah, I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Throws to the tight end. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
I think the QB wants that one back. You know, you're down here in the red zone, tighter areas, hard enough to fit it in, but definitely not wanting to fit it in against double coverage, and he misses, and probably a good miss, because that could have been worse.
Gets open down the middle. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. And the Aggies are on the move. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. He's going for the goal line. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Offense slips the running back out of the backfield. Nobody decides to cover. My man makes the play. Shows off the hands first. Got to make the catch first. Does the rest. Walks in the end zone for the touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, who knows how things are going to finish up in the Big Ten this season, but this is a game to keep in mind. Notre Dame took care of business and left little doubt in doing so. Kind of felt like how that 2012 Irish team led by Manti Te'o would just take the will of opposing teams. Impressive to watch. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Back to throw. It's Luck. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Quarterbacks need time when they're in the pocket to complete throws. That QB had no shot after taking that.
Out of the gun, the inside give. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Houston will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
They'll leave it with him. Inside the 35. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. The Aggies just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. They'll give it to him again. Nice move to keep running. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got his man on the right. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Not a whole lot of yards gained on that one, but using the fullback as a weapon in the pass game can pay dividends.
Yeah, oftentimes we see full...
Touchdown, Aggie! All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Houston offense once again. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Scanning the field, it's Luck. They'll run the screen. Oh, he's got some space. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Second down, they'll go to the air. They're setting up the screen. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. They've been overwhelmed so far in this first half, but if they could muster a score, maybe a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, and I know it's been a struggle. They've been struggling this whole game, but let's get something positive going into halftime. Coaches won't yell at you as much, but they got the first down. Now let's put the pedal to the floor, go a little faster, cut into this lead.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to keep it in the air. The short hands. It's sacked. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Quarterback moving. Finds some fresh air. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the +42. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Dropping back, it's Luck. Fires one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Sure, there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Throws for the tight end. Finds a man in the middle. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give is to Williams. He gets it up to the 44-yard line. He'll be marked out of bounds right there as this offense continues to roll.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Finds his big tight end. There he goes. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Texas A&M back to work with another 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Aggies! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they put the points on the board with that 37-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here. We're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to pass. It's Luck. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He'll be knocked out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. Good pickup there. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Wants to throw on third. Here comes the heat. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. Second half just about ready to start, and Houston will kick it off. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Starting this third quarter on the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. And the Aggies with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. That's caught. It's Williams. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
There are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter, but when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now. This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
And run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
The Aggies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Catch in the middle. It's Charles. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Trying to get behind the defense. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Aggie. And they add 6 more in the morning with that trip to the house. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is true, and the score is 35-3. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. The give to the tailback. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Keep it on the ground. Stuff on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a first down. To the air, it's Luck. He lofts one down the sideline. Snags it down the right side. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. The RPO, it's complete. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Might as well stick with him. Runs through the tackle. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the play.
Turning it on. Got enough space. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out in front. Where are the defenders? I mean, it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy who want to go tackle. Look at him.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Here's the handoff. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
Under fire. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking downfield, it's Luck. Makes the grab on the left. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll go with a direct snap. Got room to work. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Right back to the well. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Going to sling it on second down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars.
And how about the OC slipping in the screen pass? Try to mix it up, slow down that pass rush, let it come up the field a little bit, get it to your running back, let him do the rest. Nice blocking, nice play call to throw in the screen to change it up a little bit and get the big touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls in.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Facing a third down and short from the 26. Pocket breaking down. Catch in the middle. It's Holmes. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. A&M comes back out with another first down. Looking to throw again. He's going to take off.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds his man. It's Holmes. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
This is so interesting right now watching this offense stay aggressive. They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking at home, we got to just run the ball and try to bleed the clock. They found something on defense. They're taking
a shot toward the end zone. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and that receiver might have used a push-off to get free.
You don't see offensive pass interference called very often, so usually you know it's pretty blatant. It's pretty obvious. It's a severe push-off or, you know, obviously trying to break up a play so you don't give up a pick, but clear offensive pass interference on that play.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Back to pass, it's Luck. Bringing the heat. He'll try to take it back. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And wings it incomplete.
And his passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trailing, this is a tough spot for this offense.
Wants to fire on second down. It's complete to the right. Oh, what a caught! Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Houston wants to play fast.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Under fire. It's caught. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play just like he did right there for 6 points.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Timeout, Houston.
They'll keep it on the ground. Across the 25. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. Now sliding to his left. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
Really nice job of awareness on 1st down that time by the defender. He sees it thrown, is able to knock it down for the incompletion.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Starting to feel a little pressure. Build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
And how about this squad, man? Looking good again. Like, I feel like we say this week in and week out, just continuing to remain undefeated, whatever it takes, offense, defense, special teams. They have been a good unit, and that's why their ranking is so high.
Houston sending the offense back onto the field. Looking to throw, it's up. Quickly to the tight end. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Houston going up tempo.
It's hard to imagine that that's his first catch of this game so far. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, and they knew if they were going to win this game, he had to touch it a lot. They had to get him involved. They haven't been able to do that. That's a big reason why they're trailing by so much.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
And I feel like this defense is starting to pick up on this quarterback's MO. You've seen it, right? Like, time and time again, he is willing to scramble. He wants to carry the football, kind of apprehensive, maybe doesn't want to make a mistake. I'd love to see him maybe hang in that pocket just a little more and maybe make some plays down the field with his arm.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a throw downfield late. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with an out.
And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
And I get it. That's for pride's sake. This game's over. Like, I know you're down and you try to mount drives, and sometimes you even try to get young guys in the game at this point. But now you're just fighting for pride and just letting them try not to get any more points on the scoreboard.
They go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got the first down and still on his feet. Breaks into the open. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Gonna run it. It's Morrow. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock. They'll try to tack on a little extra to this lead with a touchdown here on 4th and goal. Looking to throw. Rushes on him. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Off and running. The 40. The 20. Touchdown, Cougars! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
And he puts through the extra point. The hands team out there to avert disaster, and so they do. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires toward the end zone. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having to chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you, and you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.